day. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
At the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club, they're hitting their stride of the first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here come the Bears, and at the helm is someone that they have a lot of hopes for leading this franchise. The 11th pick in 2021 out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
I loved our discussion this week. You know, we had our weekly phone call to talk about our game coming up. And we had to reflect on the fact that he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award last week, yet his team lost. You don't see that very often.
No, I know a lot of people dislike that, but when you look at the numbers across the conference from last week, he was clearly the best. So I say the award goes to him, and it did.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. He was so good, they just couldn't ignore him.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing, Cousins. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's brought down. A first down from Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Cook will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 12 carries, 58 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
The throw over the middle, taken in. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Here's Fields. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. On 1st down, it's Fields. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Following the interception, Cousins. His throw incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there, but it's going to be 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Robert Quinn. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the 1st quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith, as he gets the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The Field's going to take this himself. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Here's Fields. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
23 yards the pickup there.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Cousins now from the 50. That is caught by Thielen. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 19 yards that time for number 19.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Vikings at 3-1 here through their first 4 games, and they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And last week they took one on the chin, but to me, this is a pretty resilient bunch. So I don't think they'll dwell too much on that loss. And they'll be looking to come out in this one and make amends right now.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Catch made right side by Wilson. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They'll run with Cook. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now Cousins. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays. But you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get into the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run it again with Cook. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. It's brought in by Wilson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll try the middle with Cook. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Now Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Very nice catch there by Justin Jefferson, one of the best receivers in the game after just 2 seasons in the league. As a rookie, second-team All-Pro, and then in his second year, was second in the league in yardage. This guy continues to grow and get better with every game.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. (10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Fourth down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar, and that will knot us up at 10. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And out now come the Vikings. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Cousins. Wilson's got it complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Cousins. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Cousins to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Cousins now. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. As his guys have now moved out in front. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Coming up in prime time here in Week 5, a couple of division rivalries on the docket, beginning tonight in the AFC North with the Bengals and Ravens from Baltimore at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Raiders and Chiefs from Arrowhead in the AFC West. To Montgomery to begin the drive. A great move by Montgomery. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Fields on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings to take over. They fell in their ball game last week. That was a loss to the Saints, but they're on top here as they begin this drive. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man here. It's Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. From the 44, Cousins. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing is Cousins. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just toweling it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
Give to Cook out of the gun. Down to about the 23. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead. The kick by Joseph is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
On 1st down, Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Back to throw, Fields. And again, back to Kmet. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
He's going to get this one down to Cook. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Play action now. Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, his 5th overall. And the Bears have got it back to within a score.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Now the point after try for Santos. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry. Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 31, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Getting the ball is Cook running left. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 19. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And now Cousins choosing to back away from the line and signal for a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 1st down. Here's Cousins. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
And he comes back with one complete. They'll throw again. Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the final act of the drive was the touchdown catch by Dalvin Cook. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
From the 31, Fields. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Forced out to his left and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Fields. Buying time to his left. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's been Kirk Cousins with a hot hand in the first half. He's thrown for nearly 300 yards already as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
This one into the hands of Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Throwing, Cousins. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. On third down, Cousins. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Back to the ground, Cook. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. On second down, it's Cook again. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Here's Cousins. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Smith. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
To throw, Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start out here with the option left. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Throwing on 2nd down, Fields. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. That's to Cook out of the backfield. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Here comes Pettis on the return. Dances by him. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Off the option, here's Montgomery. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now a first down throw, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. A shotgun snap, Fields. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Fields going to keep it once more. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Fields. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he will have the Bears first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Well, with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Fields. Touchdown, Bears! Cole Kmet, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears get a bit closer. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Santos now to add the PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Adam Thielen and the rest of the Vikings offense, they get set for their next possession. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, here's Cousins. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 36. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 27. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning game.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Joseph's got it, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, Fields. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Read option, here's Montgomery. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Fields. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the 50, here's Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
But you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football really in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Fields going to keep it once more. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 17. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He was brought down by Joe Thomas.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Play fake. Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On first down, it's Fields.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Here's Fields.
Being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
And I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
A little juke. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings now heading onto the field.
They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Complete. Smith has it. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
A 1st down throw for Cousins.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
To the air again, it's Cousins.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. Cook up the gut. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. From the red zone now, Cousins. Oh, a strip. The ball comes out. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. And they'll run the option to start the drive. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Second and 5 now. Fields. That is caught. It's Dante Pettis. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. To the air again, Fields. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Fourth down, Fields has to have this one. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is going to have the Bears first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Fields. And that's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. Steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Fields going to hold on to it. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. To throw on 3rd down, Fields. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, partner, this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick-6 on the other side, and now they get a pick-6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick-6 from earlier in this game.
And they turned the pick-6 into a pick-8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upset. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Here we go on 4th down. Fields. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. On second down, it's Cook again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Cook again. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 91 yards rushing now for Cook, and this is a first down. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for the Vikings, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week to take